Hello, Serious Crew. This is Not So Busy, your podcast producer and Serious Gentleman podcaster. Team Serious would like to announce Serious Property Solutions, a proud sponsor of Team Serious. Serious Property Solutions, or SPS, will buy any house, any condition, any situation. So if you're looking into getting out of your mortgage or simply selling your house quick and you are near or around the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, give them a call at area code 469-609-7368, or you can reach out to them via their Facebook page at facebook.com/Serious Property Solutions and send them a message via FB Messenger or email them at oscar@seriouspropertysolutions.com. We would like to thank SPS for their support and supporting this podcast. Thank you so much. Go check them out.
The closer you got to me, the faster I try to leave. Like a mirage, like a mirage. The scars that you don't let me, on my arms I am empty. Like a mirage, like a mirage.
What's going on? What's going on, Serious Crew? Back at it again. One of these podcasts, Team Serious DFW Talks, the original podcast from Team Serious. First and foremost, I'd like to say hello to everyone. Shook is back. Felix is back. And the OG Taz is back. Everybody say hello.
I'm back.
What's up, guys?
First and foremost, you know what? We'd like to do a tradition. What is everyone drinking? Taz, ladies first.
Ooh, thanks. Today I have a fantastic concoction of Pink Whitney mixed with some triple berry vodka soda.
Dang, hot night.
She has a drink as everybody gets to know, right? T, I feel you.
Definitely a no.
I have Taco Bell Baja Blast with a little extra ingredient.
By the way, not sponsored, taking applications.
That's right.
Not sponsored.
Sponsor me a new cup too, please. I'm drinking water.
What year was that cup made in?
Back in '62.
Someone please get the man a new cup.
I am drinking, believe it or not, Cup of Joe from Team Serious merch. TeamSeriesDFW.com/merch. Check it out. Thanks. Bye.
Hold up. Is there a gamer grind in there? Or?
This one, yes, Gamer Grind. Exclamation mark Gamer Grind in the chat. Get you a nice little discount code on us. So let's get some announcements out of the way. Everybody from this panel is from Team Serious, and everybody on this panel is from the Serious Crew. Current events. So January 23rd, hold on to your shoes. We're going to do another Team Serious Presents podcast. Very excited about the very next organization we are going to put on the spotlight. If you haven't heard from them, you will be hearing from them. We're going to be working very, very close. Team Serious will be working with 9 Ball Esports to put different events related to Salty Rainbow Six Siege. Stay tuned. That is January 23rd at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. That is a Saturday. That being said, the next big events, we need some salt in 2021. You know, you can't go on into 2021 not having salt in your life. We're going to get salty. We're going to get sweaty. We're going to get into this Rainbow Six Siege 5v5 tournament, February 27 and 28. It'll be a whole weekend event in conjunction, in collaboration with not only 9Ball Esports, but many others that we're going to name here soon enough. And don't forget your Team Serious casters, Danny from BSU, Assassin Invasion, and your boy Lord Fuse is going to come back to cast those games, on top of leaving the applications open for those people that want to get some experience casting some Rainbow Six Siege games and get salty with us. So stay tuned for those. So with the separation, we took some community feedback between the community Discord and what we ran for tournaments. The community feedback was not everybody wanted to get alerted every time we had a tournament going. So the serious business side decided to go ahead and spin up a new Discord. And you can get into that Discord and be a part of all the tournaments coming forward. We are starting Rainbow Six Siege right now. That is a main focus, but we haven't forgotten about Rocket League. We got to get some salt in Rocket League. We got to get some salt back into Counter-Strike Global Offensive. We definitely, I know Shook and I are always excited to cast and to produce some tournaments on the StarCraft 2 channels. Miss StarCraft, love StarCraft, RTS. Let's get that salt. Let's get those builds out and let's get going. But for now, if you would like to join the esports only Discord, it'd be teamseriousllc.com, would automatically forward you to the invite to the new Discord. Aside from that, if you want to just be a part of the chill back community and chill with the community, talk about games, talk about life, talk about cars, talk about pets. Yes, we even have a pet channel. And if you're a lady, you want to be a part of the Serious Ladies, you can also join. ! Discord in the chat will put you to the direct link to the Discord for the community. If you just want, you don't really care about competitive gaming, if you don't really care about doing any of that salting your life, and you just want to chill back and kill some zombies, then definitely join the community Discord. The Serious Gentlemen podcast and the Serious Ladies podcast are on hold until further notice. We ended season 1. Thank you for everyone that was a part of that. I know the original creator, the OG, is here. Fantastic to have her back. She was the one that we always attribute everything that was related to the Serious Ladies. That was her idea. That was her off the ground. That was her project. And we always appreciate Taz for that. And I would always give credit what credit is due. The safe place,
I'm blushing.
The safe place that she created was all Taz. From there, we've implemented different things from there. However, for now, until further notice, because there's a lot of logistic changes, there's a lot of things happening in people's personal lives that we couldn't focus all that time, effort, and energy into the Serious Ladies or the Serious Gentlemen. So we're going to go ahead and put those on pause. We're going to figure out, we'll reconvene as business and figure what makes sense going forward. Maybe we'll bring them back at a monthly basis. We have yet to have that discussion because there was a lot of things. We were maybe a little overzealous on being a weekly podcast. We might do something like maybe once a quarter or maybe once a month for either or a podcast. For now, we're going to have the original collective effort of the whole community that is part of DFW Talks. And for those of you that didn't know the hierarchy, it is DFW Talks, and then you had every show underneath it: Serious Ladies, Serious Gentlemen, and Team Serious Presents. We might talk about adding a different segment just strictly for business or for tech, because we have a lot of cool ideas, of cool projects coming into those where it might involve a little more Felix and myself, a little more Shook and a little Ramazy business output to also provide value. So it's cool to talk about a lot of things, but we also feel like we need to provide some value. And if we're able to put people on our platform and provide some value, not only for them, but for us, we're always willing to do that. So keep that in mind. And everything ever said on the podcast, you can find at teamseriesdfw.com/podcast. It will be everything will be included in the show notes. So with that being said, that is I'm gonna go ahead and hand it over to Shook to go ahead and give you some business updates, some direction, some shadowing, things of that we have discussions. He's the man, he is the boss man. I'm just here. Anything related to technology, I'm your man. Everything related to the business, you might as well talk to Shook.
Thanks for that, Busy. Again, thanks guys for being here. Felix and Taz, thank you guys for being here today, and thank you everyone else who's watching and supporting us. I think Busy covered most of the stuff that we were talking about as far as the business side of Team Serious goes. The tournament coming up in February, he already spoke about, and some of the other communities that we have or we've been working with, especially 9Ball. I mean, they're going to be coming in a lot to help us out, and we're going to in turn help them out as well. We have, like Busy mentioned, made another Discord so we can go ahead and get the esports side of the going, and then we have the community Discord, which is our main Discord, I guess you can say, that's just community and just anything about community, and that's all it is. We're going to be implementing some new things that you might be seeing on the Discord, like TCG, Trade Card Gaming. I think that's what it's called. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Right?
Trading card game.
Trading card game. That's what I meant to say. Thanks, Busy. So we'll start implementing. Yeah, so we'll start implementing some of that stuff. So like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, Hearthstone, etc., those kinds of things. And we're also going to be doing some of these podcasts less frequently, kind of like what Busy spoke about, more than like kind of lessons learned from last year. So we won't be doing as many as we were last time, but you'll be seeing maybe it's still up in the air. I think we're going to be doing twice a month for the podcast, and then once a month for the Team Series Presents. But I think that's it for the business side. So aside from that, we can get started on the good stuff. Yeah, Felix, 5 minutes. I know, I saw that.
You got close there for a minute.
I was gonna say, just to add on to the 30 seconds of being over, I was gonna say most of the projects that are coming up are per project basis. So we be reaching out to the specific people for specific projects that we know they have talent for. I don't want to say that we've forgotten about everybody. That's not what we're doing here. We're refocusing, re-strategizing, and pushing a new workflow on top of trying to figure things out all of 2021. But our focus is esports moving forward, and it is hosting these tournaments like Rainbow Six Siege, Rocket League, CSGO, so on and so forth. So I want to go ahead and make sure that we are all on the same page with what we're going to produce into 2021.
Yeah, what he said. That's what I forgot.
What they said.
What both those guys said.
Okay, so now down to the good stuff. I'm going to ask Felix first because I'm a little curious. I think I've asked everybody in this panel before.
Thank God.
But Felix, we'll start with you, and then
let me change the lights. Damn. Oh no, this is not synced anymore. Damn.
I was going to say, please hold for an important message.
All right, we'll do Felix first, and then we'll do Taz, and then we'll do Busy. Okay, so Felix, and anybody in the chat can also chime in their answer in the chat. Okay, so but Felix, what is your dream job and why?
My dream job would be to buy a company that is going strong, and that way I don't have a job. That would be my dream job.
What?
Dream job would be to not have a job.
He just talked about his real life. What a jerk.
Oh my God.
No, seriously though, that is pretty cool and all. But I think a dream job would be able to do development on my own, standalone, full stack developer. If you come across a problem that anybody has, you could just quickly figure something out and solve their problem. So that would be, if I had to pick something serious, I would say a developer.
Okay, I can see that. That's pretty cool, man. Okay, all right, Taz, you're up.
So much pressure. I know you've already asked me this before, but yeah. Yeah, sweating. I actually
why are you
like
using
my
the
job.
Harry Potter blanket to wipe your sweat, bro?
Well, why not? Should I use my Blackhawks blanket?
Damn.
That's a nice blanket right there.
It is. It's heated too. Anyways, back to the actual question. I actually like my current job. Would it be my dream job? Maybe down the road if I end up making more money from it. It's a job that I will never know everything, and that's what's very appealing to me. And if I get to the position I want to get with the company, it'll be a lot more of investigating why a problem happened and making sure it never happens again and fix that problem. And I'm the type of person, give me the toughest problem you can find so that I can rack my brain using my knowledge to try and solve that problem. If that's not the case, then if I want like a more unrealistic one, because it's not going to happen in my future, I would love to get into forensics.
It's not going to happen in your future? You mean it can happen in your future?
I'm not going back to school. I hate school. I hate school.
I have a problem we can test this theory out on. Can Tremolian drink with the boys on Saturday?
Well, somehow it ended up on my vision board, so I might have to one time.
Yes.
Maybe not permanently. Well, maybe one time.
Go ahead and give a shout out to Felix for saving one of the boys for this weekend.
That's right.
Gotta pour one out.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, well that's cool. So no school in Taz's future anytime soon. We know that. And Felix could be the dev guy that anybody can go to. And then Busy.
So there's two parts of it, and I've had this conversation before with Taz. Dream job would be IT forensics. What I would take in its place as a good second place would be the actual, if once we actually have a building and everything, actually be the CTO, CIO of Team Sirius and have a full-fledged working company with the future holds. That's like second best. But I don't have a problem going back to school. All I had to do is like refocus everything into forensics. I've always found it very interesting to do that, to basically put the bad guys behind bars, knowing your technology expertise, not only being a sysadmin, a network admin, and things like that, but basically putting the bad guys away, even though they're trying to hide from you in the dark web and things like that. That's kind of one of my things that I've always talked about doing. So I would just have to refocus my schooling to be related to forensics and IT, and then I'm good to go. So I don't have a problem going to school. As a matter of fact, I have a lot of school money I still have to use.
Dang.
Yeah, I don't.
Same. So yeah, that's good stuff. So I think we have a whole crew right here. So we can have Taz and Busy on the forensic side, and we can have Felix on the dev side. I think we got a good crew here to bust some criminals.
Hold up, are we doing this? Are we doing a Team Serious division of FBI? Because I'm down. I could do it.
We could definitely be like the private that they outsource to us. I don't see a problem with that. Like serious
So
forensics. Dang.
Got it. Someone put
Like
that on the Trello board.
Will be clean.
Somebody put that on the Trello board for 2030.
Okay. And I think for me, it'd probably be, okay, I got two of them. One would be build Team Sirius. So this is a whole esports thing I've always wanted to do my entire life. And second would be real estate. Like I want to be able to have a skyscraper that somehow I've either partnered up with someone or I've worked my butt off and I got a skyscraper that's mine. So I think, yeah, for me, it's esports and real estate. Those are two things that are near and dear to my heart. And that's my dream. I'm trying to work for it, trying to do it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Legit awesome.
Okay, number 2. We'll switch it up this time. We'll start with Busy, and then we'll go to Felix, and then we'll go to Taz. All right, so number 2. What has been the most rewarding experience in your life thus far, and what made it so rewarding?
Getting out of the military, knowing that I completed 8 full years, and I got that honorable discharge. And what was the second part? What made it so rewarding?
Yeah.
Knowing that I accomplished something that not many do. It's less than 1% of the U.S. population.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. All right, Mr. Felix.
The most rewarding thing in life this far. That is a very tough question. I would say the fact that I got to travel a lot. It's been really rewarding because it changes the way you think about things, about problems and everything like that. And having kids too, Dave. Yeah. See. That's all right. No, shh, Dave, shh. No, but seriously, being able to travel and like seeing different things and seeing the way that different cultures operate and stuff like that, that's been pretty rewarding. Just a lot of people don't travel at all, like their whole life. They go without. seeing other things. And I think that that gave me a big advantage, not only like in business or just in general, because you get to experience different things that other people don't get a chance to. And that really helps you grow as a person. And it allows you not to be so close-minded about a lot of things. So that's probably my answer: traveling and seeing how other cultures work.
Okay. Fair enough. That's actually really good. Trying to see from a different perspective, from a different country, how people, third world countries may or may not have like running water versus, something we take for granted all the time. But yeah, I understand. Okay, Taz.
I don't know that I've ever done anything in my life. I'm going to be honest. I thought those two would say having kids, and like I was prepared to yell at them saying that's cheating because I don't have kids that I can use that answer on. I would probably have to say helping my dad with his business. He owns a small pizza place in a smaller town around here, and his whole vision is helping the community and doing everything he can for the community, whether it be donating to, like, if someone's house caught fire and they needed help, or the schools in town, all of that. I'd probably say that's probably the most rewarding thing, because you actually feel like you're helping the community.
Right.
Side answer would probably be leaving my last job, because F that place.
Oh. F that place.
Yeah, I was trying to keep it PG for a hot second.
Okay. I think for me, the most rewarding thing I've ever done thus far is starting two businesses, and that started in 2019. And some of you guys know from here in this panel that it's an ongoing thing. It doesn't just stop in 1 year, right? It keeps going and going and going. So you try to do lessons learned, and you try to find out what worked, what didn't, and then you try to improve on everything that you can. And what's made it so rewarding for me has been seeing, like, having the people who believed in me and also helping out the organization and seeing them grow as well, and seeing them believe in something that you believe in as well. And both, like, everyone goes in that same direction, and to see the growth that, okay, last year we did this, let's try this thing this year, which is what we're doing with Team Serious. We're just implementing new things, and we're having fun while we're doing it at the same time. And just, it brings that bond and those connections together. So I think for me, thus far, that's been the most rewarding so far. Number 3, how do you feel about public speaking, and what would be your topic of choice? Okay, Taz, you're going first this time.
Damn, put me on the spot like that. I haven't even heard this question before. I'm awful with public speaking. I get super nervous, feel like I'm going to vomit for like a solid hour before I do it. But like once I start talking, I'm fine, which is the strange thing. I don't know what my topic of choice would be, to be completely honest. I don't know that I have enough knowledge in one particular topic to really be able to speak on it, unless it's, basketball or something. But yeah, I'm awful with public speaking. Awful.
Yeah, that's not uncommon to hear, like, some of the celebrities, or even like people who do public speaking for as a profession, they all have that gut feeling, or they all want to throw up before, and they do affirmations and stuff like that right before. But once they get going, it's like nothing ever happens. So it's common for a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm super calm, and confident, and you'd never know that I've been like in the bathroom wanting to puke for the last hour, but I don't know what it is. As soon as I start talking, I'm fine. It's just, I guess, the anxiety leading up to it. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. All right, Felix.
Well, from experience of being in front of many people, you get that feeling every single time, no matter what. And as far as public speaking, I'm totally comfortable with it. I think it's awesome to be able to address. Oh, okay. Yep. All right. There's the comment, Taz.
I had to.
I was waiting for that one. But no, just the that feeling doesn't go away. Just so you know, you can be in front of hundreds of people 3-4 nights a week, and you'll get that same feeling before you want to throw up no matter what. So, but I'm comfortable talking in front of people. I think it's fun, the more people, because as you get in a big room, a big crowd, you get you feed off the energy they feed you. So if you're talking about something that you enjoy, so the second part too would be talking about anything that I enjoy or that I'm passionate about, because you get this big room and it's filled with people that are like-minded people that are there for the same reason. It's really addicting. The rush that you get from that is just, it's addicting, and it's literally an adrenaline rush because you get this energy coming from all of these people that are excited about what you're talking about, and it just makes your day. And then you're done. When you're done and you go home, you're like kind of like, dang, well, now what? Because it's over, and it becomes an addiction. Trust me, like 4 nights a week in front of people like that, and then you come home and you're just like, well, dang. So I can only imagine like people like Tony Robbins and like Gary Vee that talk in front of thousands and thousands, and there's just, or like Kevin Hart doing his comedy for like stadiums, and then after you're done, he's probably like literally shaking with just like adrenaline. So I would love to do public speaking like that. That'd be awesome.
Honestly, like I feel like a giant room with thousands and thousands of people would be easier than a room of like a smaller group, because in a smaller group you're kind of seeing all the people staring at you, and I think that's worse than just thousands of people just kind of look like a huge blob of nothing.
You can't hear the hecklers when there's thousands of them. No,
Exactly.
So how many people have you been like in front of, Felix? Like, give me a round part.
Largest crowd was about 3,000. It was at the Southwest Floor Festival in Clapham, London in 2013, 12 or 13. And it was literally just, it happens so fast. You start, this is cool. I'm telling you, a sidebar, telling you this story. So I made my best friend in the whole world, his name is Marcus. I made him go with me because this was the biggest show to date. And I got up there and my stomach was in a knot. And I was like, he was standing here. I'm like, dude, I don't think I can do this. I was like, I don't think I can go out there and do this. And he's like, you got this, man. You've done this so many times. Do that. And you get up there and you just see a sea of people. And the craziest thing is I hit the play button on the CDJ, and the first thing you hear and you feel is the bass from the kick drum, just doom, 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 right? And the rest was just a blur. It was just like, it happened like that. And the next thing you know, like I was done and it was awesome. And I looked over and he's like, you killed it. You killed it. And I was like, yeah, I did. And then you unplug, but it just happens. It's so nuts.
That's crazy, man. That's super crazy.
It's crazy, but it's fun.
All right, Busy.
First of all, I would like to say, for those of you that didn't know, that both the Team Series intros is actually my man DJ Philip Thomas's music. That's a little trivia there for anybody. And also for those of you that watch my streams, the loot song is also my dude Philip Thomas with Xandler voice in the background.
Fire.
Straight
fire.
The voice is fire. Straight
fire. So how do I feel about public speaking? I think everybody already hit on the main thing. It's, you'll always have that reoccurring feeling that you have that anxiety, that you'll have that, that pressure, that set. But once you get through it, it becomes easier to do. A lot of people say, how do I always make these podcasts look easy? How do I always make it like the announcement go flow easy? It's a lot of PowerPoint, a lot of presentations into development groups, into system admin groups, into IT groups. And it never gets easy. It just becomes easier. So you'll like literally the reason why I don't jot down notes about what I'm about to speak. It's not only because I always have PowerPoint in front of me, but I'm all about like, give me a subject and let me talk against it. Like if I'm sitting here trying to remember lines, that's when I mess up. But if I let it naturally flow, like I'm having a conversation with you, it flows easier for me. Not to say anything bad with people that do like notes and then like read them back and memorize all that. I think it's added pressure that you don't need. And I only talk about things that I know and that I have passion for. So it'll be IT related, the things that I know like the back of my hand. So it's easier for me to kind of spit that information out. I'm not going to sit here and talk about something that I'm not familiar with, and I'll automatically say I'm not familiar with that, so I'm not speaking against it because I don't know enough about it. But if we're talking about like backend services, or we're talking about cloud computing, or anything to that, related to my profession, I can sit here and talk about it all day and all night. So it's a lot of experience, and it's a lot of getting out of your comfort zone. But it started in the military when I had to teach other soldiers how to basically give them the functions they're going to need to make sure that your buddy to your left, your right, may live to see the next day, depending on the situation. So you got to take it serious, but you also have to get all your knowledge and be informed about the subject. So I wouldn't even talk unless I knew everything about it there is to know about it. So I guess that's my comfort zone, is like, if I'm going to go speak about something, I need to know every ins and outs about it. So that way it becomes a conversation instead of something that's, templatized and written on a piece of paper. I just need, you have 15 minutes to talk about this, and these are your 3 points. That's all I need to know. And then just throw that up. Does that make sense? But it doesn't get easier. Like, I go in and I have to present in front of whomever, X amount of small groups, even my team. But it's easier if you know the people. Like, I get to know the team, even if it's all the way up to the VP level. I get to know a lot of folks, because I do keep these conversations, because I do have to, kind of like cross the fence and do engagements with other teams that have nothing to do with us. But I like to keep those relationships, because at one point or another, I'm going to be presenting or talking about our product, or talking about our feature, or talking about our deployment, like what we deployed into production, or what we deployed into dev test. And I just like to know the ins and outs, so that way I can talk against it. And that's my 2 cents on it.
That's good. It's very good. It's like very informative, just give Not-So something to talk about. He'll give you everything that you need to know about it. Technology, he's got you. I would say I'm kind of with Felix on this one too. Like, this will go into the next question too, but I'd love to speak at public events if I can. I've never done anything at the scale that Felix has done, and it's only been maybe 50 plus people, but I did that for a few weeks or so, talking to 50 different people on a weekly basis. But I think for me, what I really like about it is at one point, I do want to be like I guess you can say like a mentor in either real estate, or maybe a mentor in life. So like, I would love to do something like some of these big guys do, and kind of tell my story and be inspirational, and kind of go that path in the future to say, like, here's where I came from. If I can do it, anybody can do it, that kind of thing, So that for me gives me, like, I would like to speak in real estate. It's probably going to be my strongest, because I just love talking about it. It's an amazing thing for me. And then I know I kind of heard this from Felix, but number 4 is, what do you do for an adrenaline rush? And I guess I'll start with Felix first, and then I'll go to Taz and Busy. So let's go with you, Felix.
What I do for an adrenaline rush now is I give my kids Mountain Dew at 7:30 p.m. And then your adrenaline gets going, because you ain't going to bed anytime soon.
So I'm all jacked up a Mountain Dew.
No, man, adrenaline rushes don't happen very often once you have kids, man. It's closing a deal maybe would give you an adrenaline rush. Paragon level 670 would give you, yeah, exactly. Gamer grind would give you that adrenaline rush. But I mean, there's nothing really, I hate to admit this, there's not really anything that I do these days that would give me, and then COVID made it worse. You can't do anything. I guess golf. I play a ton of golf. Weird flex. There's a trophy right there for golf.
I was gonna say, where are you pointing at?
Yeah, there's a trophy.
RGB.
golf champion. That's my pastime. But that's about it, man. That's getting old sucks.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I don't really know what I do anymore for an adrenaline rush. Like, when I was younger, I used to play a lot of sports, and that always got me going. But yeah, coffee definitely helps. All the coffee. Honestly, maybe these days it's, oddly enough, it's when I come across a situation at work I can't figure out, and I have to actually like dig deep into my brain and like really use my knowledge to get out of it. But yeah, I don't, other than that, no, not much adrenaline rushes. Like, I wish I was more into like working out, or like, doing something that'll get me going. But And I'm trying to, that's one of my goals for this year is to get more into that. But as of right now, not much out there.
Okay. What about you, Busy?
I could say the same thing. At one point when I was younger and my body worked right, the army was the adrenaline rush of all time. But getting older really did kind of tame it. And you could probably say there's a lot of factors on that. Like I did have to go to a lot of school, and I did have to, at the same time be Mr. Mom to these kids. And I say that because my wife travels a lot, and it's been like that for 15 years. But to find an adrenaline, I guess the most exciting thing I do now would be a workout, or would be like a nice, delicious cup of gamer grind in my cup, a Team Serious cup. But yeah, it really does suck. Like maybe I still want to do things that really get adrenaline rush, because I still want to do like skydiving, things like that. Because I love that kind of crap. But as of right now, I don't do anything. I mean, the most I get adrenaline, but it's not even adrenaline. It's kind of like excited for is these podcasts and these tournaments. As much excitement as I get today, especially now with COVID. Like I hate going out because I don't want to pick up COVID and bring it to the house. You know what I'm saying? Like I care too much about these children's and their lives. So, if I can order it, it'll come to the house. If I have to go pick it up, it'll only be like one of the adults picking it up with like, suited up all the way up and hand sanitizer and throwing freaking Lysol spraying people's eyes or something. I don't know. Because I ain't trying to get that COVID. Like, for those of you who don't know, grandmother passed away last year of it, like towards Thanksgiving. And then we still have an uncle still in the hospital right now with COVID, not looking so hot since the end of 2020. So I don't want any of that. I see what it does firsthand. And we don't really like to talk about it because there's a lot of people, naysayers out there. It says that COVID to this day doesn't exist. And believe it or not, one of my first goals of 2021, aside from my diss track that I need Zanlier for, is getting the COVID vaccine. That's my priority, because I don't want to go through that. I see what it does to people and how debilitating it is, especially for Latinos. For those of you who don't know, like if you kept up with the news, El Paso, Texas, I mean, they had so many people pass away that they were literally leaving their bodies in refrigerated trucks. It literally hits Latinos in a whole different level, and it literally puts you in the grave. So I'm sticking my ass at the house, staying safe, and if it so be it, gamer grind is my only adrenaline, and getting into these, Torment 16, Diablo 3 rifts, is the adrenaline I'll get. Then so be it for now.
I'm still waiting for a Diablo 3 carry, Felix. Thanks.
Same.
I got you.
The guy's like at Paragon 9000 or something like that. He can carry both you and your tiles. All good.
It is if you don't leave to go play Rainbow Six Shook, just saying.
Never forgot. Okay. So, yeah, I guess because of COVID, it's kind of sucks now that we really can't go out there and do much. But for me, it used to be things like riding my motorcycle, especially when I first got it. It was an adrenaline rush to go out there. I rode it almost every day because I had that adrenaline rush. It was fun. But then that kind of slowly died down, and now my adrenaline rush has come differently. Like for me, it's all about, and I think Felix and actually everyone here can kind of relate. It's more about the business side stuff now. So doing something new in the business, that gives me an adrenaline rush. Like if I'm out there in the field and I'm about to close on a deal, then that's going to give me an adrenaline rush. That's especially if it all works out. They're like, oh my gosh, I want another one just like that. It gets addicting. You start to grow and things like that. That's what gives me an adrenaline rush.
That's a sign we're getting older, just saying.
And last but not least, number 5, if you won the lottery, what would you do? We'll start with Busy, then Felix, then Taz.
So I have 3 that I've always kept in my mind. All right. I know you said like, what would you do? But like number 1 is pay our parents' mortgage off. Second is pay my mortgage off. Third, get Team Serious rolling. Let go.
Pretty straightforward.
Mine, what I would do if I won the lottery. It's almost at $1 billion, by the way, with a B. Dang. honestly, I would do, this is going to sound crazy, but I've had this conversation before. I would do as little as possible with it, meaning I wouldn't rush to do much. I would get a good lawyer first off. Good lawyer, step one. Step two, good CPA, because they're going to help you avoid the number one thing that happens to all lottery winners is they get into a different tax bracket and then they get annihilated with fees and everything. So good lawyer, good CPA. Second off, I would go and get a very large secured loan. So that way you can still keep your credit up, because if you pay everything off right away, you're at zero. There's no credit. So if anything ever happens to that money, you've built no credit and you've had nothing. So get a large like line of credit, call it 25 grand, 40 grand, have it secured loan. So that way it just keeps cycling. Then when you get that going, I wouldn't even pay my mortgage off. I would pay off all of my depreciating assets, meaning the car and anything that has a high interest rate, like credit cards like that. Ditch that stuff. So then you have no depreciating assets. You have your house that's still appreciating in value. You could pay down a huge chunk of your loan if you wanted to. I wouldn't pay it off though, so you still have that. I totally ruined this question because I thought about everything about this. And then from there, I would put in there's life insurance policies that you can use the leverage that you put on there. So I'd take one out for both of my kids and soon 3 of my kids. And that way, when they pay in for 5 years, they can actually leverage that for loans for themselves in the future. And then I would buy 2 properties, one in a vacation place, like somewhere popular that people vacation, like Florida or something like that. And then I would do an Airbnb for all but 2 months out of the year, so I could still go enjoy it. And then I would do one out of country, maybe northern Canada. And that way, that way you can go visit out of country. And then if something ever happens, you could leave the country and have a legal residence somewhere. So yeah, that's what I would do. Yeah.
Wow.
First of all, that was very specific. Did you write all that down? Did you write all that down and like have a script in front of you to go through, or?
I'm actually doing a TED Talk in front of 50 million later.
To answer this question, first of all, I would like to point out to all you non-Canadian folk, lottery in Canada is non-taxable, so I don't have to worry about that shit. So what I would do is right off the bat. Well, see, it depends on how much we win, because lottery in Canada is a lot less than the States. Like, we're not looking at 500 million lottery here. So let's say, for example, we get 60 mil, which seems to be like the highest for the most part you can get here. Right off the bat, half into savings, a high interest saving, so that we can keep making money off of it. We'd pay off our mortgage, or technically sell our house, get a new house with no mortgage, probably buy a house for each of the people closest to us, like my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, my parents, my sister. That pretty much covers for the most part. Maybe pay off their cars too.
Just kidding.
But the most important thing is I would tell nobody that we won the fucking lottery. I would tell my family and my in-laws, do not say a fucking word that we won the lottery, because all these MFers are going to come out of the woodwork calling me, trying to beg for a handout, and I'm not about that.
That includes T. Don't tell T she won.
Hide all of that.
Can you confirm T? All right.
My man's trying to figure out if he can still drink or not, or is she playing?
You guys are saying all this shit, but he drank all my alcohol already, so that's why he's not allowed to drink.
That's why he's in trouble.
He's like, here, he bought 2 bottles of Pink Whitney. This is a true story. He bought 2 bottles of Pink Whitney. He's like, this bottle's yours, this one's mine. He fucking drank all of his, and he's now drank half of my bottle. And now he wonders why I won't let him drink the rest.
Man, they complain when the marriage card works backwards. Like, he's like, that's half of my bottle now and half of your bottle now.
Yeah, no. Half of his stuff is mine, but half of my stuff is still mine.
Don't get married, Chuck. I'm just
That's how marriage works.
Oh gosh.
Get married, Chuck. I'm gonna crash your wedding.
Everyone's invited to my wedding. So yeah, I think for me for the lottery, I would go ahead and first off do what Felix said too. It's smart to get an attorney, and it's smart to get a CPA. That way you can find out what legally you can and cannot do, and to make sure that where your money's going to go, it's going to be protected, and it's also going to be it's going to put you in a different tax bracket. So there's different strategies that you can use. Like for me, I'd probably create a company, or I already have one. So it could be Team Serious, or it could be, Serious Property Solutions, whatever it may be, and then structure it where the company pays me. So I don't actually own the money. The company owns the money. And so I'm just getting a form of payment, getting paid by myself, and, splitting off and diversifying into different investments. So I'd have some in real estate. I have some in esports. I'd have some, and kind of like what you said earlier, I'd have different investment vehicles and retirement vehicles. So life insurance is a big one. Shout out, I am a life insurance agent, so I can do some of your kids' stuff. I'm just saying, but I can do that too. And open up a few different policies, annuities as well, and kind of have all that paying me back while being safe and not putting it out in the stock market, and just letting it go, with stocks and that can crash and all that kind of thing. So safe investment vehicles with different portfolios in business as well. So I'd kind of be diversified a little bit everywhere, but it probably would not be in my name to protect me and my assets. That's it for my questionnaire, Busy. If we want to move on to the next segment, the entertainment part.
Yes, we can move on to that part. Hold on. I'm sending Xandler pictures of you and your bike.
Does he not have him on Facebook?
I don't know.
Damn, not friends. Damn.
So we're gonna get into a little bit of some trivia on the entertainment section. We're gonna do a couple categories here. We're probably going to do a few from video games, a few from hockey, since we have some hockey lovers in here, and a few from basketball. And the audience is able to join in. You can drop your answer in the chat if you would like.
Also, sorry to interrupt. Breaking news for the chat. This is breaking news for only Team Serious to share and no one else. Harden has signed with the Brooklyn Nets for any basketball fans out there. That is a Team Serious exclusive.
Thanks, Taz.
Glad we have the analyst Taz in here.
I'm with Xandler.
He's our fourth analyst.
Look at Xandler's comments. I'm with him too.
I'm not even going to respond to it.
All right. So I'm going to pick up random question here, and then we're going to let the chat kind of put their answer in, and then I'll start from Taz, Felix, Shook, and then since I've known the answer, I'll just chill back. So the question is, what is the highest selling gaming console to date? Answers in the chat first.
Oh, okay.
And then
Chat,
we're going to go
please
Taz,
help me.
Felix, and then Shook. What is the
Chat.
highest selling gaming console to date?
Is this like a trick question? Chat,
Google,
help.
here I come.
Help.
Google, here I come.
Neo
Are we
Geo.
going like way
Neo
back?
Geo, hell yeah. Neo
Is
Geo
it Neo
Pocket, baby.
Geo?
Xandler, let's go.
Okay, chat doesn't seem to be helping me with this question.
Lean over and punch Jamal and say, you participating? Or what?
He wrote his answer. I think that's wrong. Is it wrong? He's not answering me. I think he's ignoring
All
me.
right,
Am I
we'll
answering
go
now?
ahead. Yeah, go ahead and give whatever your best answer is, Taz.
I'm going Nintendo Switch.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Felix.
Do you have the answer?
Yes, I have the answer.
Okay. Let's see. Of all time, right? Is that the question? To
What is
date.
the highest selling gaming console to date?
Dang.
Oh, I probably gave the wrong answer.
Too late.
I would say it's a Nintendo product. I don't think it's going to be the Wii. I think it's going to be Super Nintendo.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the PlayStation 2.
Okay. Final answers?
Yeah.
All right. Shooky's right. The PlayStation 2.
Yes.
Damn, Shooky definitely Googled that. I'm calling rigged. He cheated.
All right. Now here's a tough one. It isn't going to be as obvious, and no googling. That's the whole point of it
My
being
hands are
fun. Okay. And this time we're going to start with Shook, go to Felix, and then Taz. What year was Nintendo founded?
No.
What year was Nintendo founded? That's the question.
Can we go now?
Yes.
I'm gonna say 1982.
Okay.
I want to say 79.
1979?
Yeah.
Okay.
1479.
I'm gonna
Oh,
go
shit.
1984.
1984. Okay. Chat. You got David saying 1994. 1854 BC. I'm so fucking done with this day. I'm so done with Dave, bro. 1983. Okay. All right. Xandler, you have a guess? Give you about 5 more seconds, and then I'll reveal the answer.
Don't Google, please.
1976. Cool. Okay. The year. Drum roll, please. 1889.
What?
1889. That is legit the real answer. It used to be they started with playing cards.
First
Yep,
of all,
you did.
Tremolian lied to me. I clicked my push to talk button, then I realized that didn't work.
I was like, who's she talking to?
I turned to Tremolian and
I thought
asked
she
him, and
was
he gave me
yelling
the
at
false
Tremolian for
information.
giving her the wrong answer.
Dave was the closest.
Dang, Dave. If he dropped the BC, he would have won.
Yeah, you would have won. They would have actually won.
Damn.
Okay. Now this one should be pretty easy for almost everybody in here. Okay.
Except Felix.
Except Taz.
How the hell was Dave the closest? If he would have dropped BC, he would have been closer than anybody else. Blizzard Entertainment is most well known for what video game franchise?
World of Warcraft?
Okay, is that your final answer?
No.
Are you just gonna name things? You usually just start naming things, and I'm like, okay, what is it?
Maybe. Maybe.
Oh, man. That's tough because they dropped 2 at like almost the same time. I'm going to say StarCraft.
Same.
Yeah, I'm with Tremolian.
Same.
He forgot the word ugly. It's ugly flying robot car thing.
I can hear him laughing. It's great.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with.
Stick with that.
Yeah.
StarCraft.
Yeah.
StarCraft. Really? Everybody thinks StarCraft? Really?
No, I didn't pick StarCraft.
No, that's like 3 or 4 of y'all. This is StarCraft.
Oh,
When did Hearthstone come out? I would say StarCraft. I'm sticking with StarCraft.
Okay.
I'm sticking with StarCraft too. I mean, you got like, Korea is all about StarCraft. They got that market out there.
They got
Okay,
Overwatch.
you ready for this one? Taz is actually right.
What?
Blizzard Entertainment
I
is
did
most well known for what video game franchise? StarCraft is cool and
did it.
everything, but World of Warcraft is known. The most of their franchise is known by Blizzard. That they could have.
Not even like regular Warcraft.
Well,
like
that's where it
Warcraft?
derived from. Warcraft.
Yeah.
The World of Warcraft is what continues. That's the reason why they're able to supply every other game now. That's what funds
Gotcha.
most of their games now.
I could see that.
so what you're saying is I'm the best. Got it.
Okay. What video game company collaborated with Sony on the PlayStation? If some of y'all are as much of a geek as I am, because I even went to go watch the documentary, when I find out that they made this one device, I was like, no fucking way. Thing was ugly, by the way. But what video game company collaborated with Sony on the PlayStation?
Nintendo.
Nintendo.
What video game company collaborated with them?
What video game company collaborated with Sony on the PlayStation?
Sega. I'm just saying Sega because
Sega fanboys for life, baby.
I'm saying Sega.
Okay, so you're the only ones wrong. It's a Nintendo.
Damn. Told you.
Nintendo
everyone-
originally intended to be an add-on to the SNES until the deal fell apart and the company parted ways. There's actually a premature model that they did where it literally looks like an ugly ass PlayStation, but it has a cartridge to insert in the back.
I don't
I was
have
gonna
teeth to
say-
sip, so I'm gonna sip this water.
Okay. Okay, so this one. We'll skip that one. What food was the character Pac-Man modeled after? What food was the character Pac-Man modeled after?
I want to say it was either a pizza or a
Pizza.
pie. I'll go with pizza.
A
Pizza.
wheel of cheese.
David Limon. Lemon. Final answer?
Yeah,
Pizza.
I'll go with pizza.
Yeah, pizza.
Everybody's right. Pizza it is.
Yes.
Pac-Man creator was eating pizza when he came up with the idea for his beloved character.
He had pineapple on it too.
Yikes.
No, he
That's
did
why it was
not.
yellow.
That. Don't do that,
Absolutely
bro.
not.
Okay.
I've
Here we
never
go.
had pizza with pineapple on it.
Same.
Because it doesn't belong.
Thank you. Okay. So on this one, what is the best-selling handheld gaming system to date? Handheld.
Neo Geo.
Bro, you want to talk about Neo Geo real quick? Like, did you have
Yeah.
one or did you never get one?
I did have. I actually had a Neo Geo Pocket, dude.
Yeah. I was wondering where that was coming from.
I feel like it's gonna be like a Game Boy of some sort.
No, it's gonna be the PlayStation, the one before the Vita.
3DS.
PlayStation-
The PSP.
no, PSP, dude. PSP.
Nintendo, or yeah, 3DS.
I'm gonna say it's a Game Boy. Is a Game Boy just too general? You have to have like a specific model.
It
I'm gonna need specific model.
specific model is probably better. So when I tell you
Game
the
Boy
answer,
Color.
you're not
Yeah.
like, oh man, well I said this.
Game
I'm
Boy
gonna
Color-
say
Game Boy Color.
Game Boy Color.
Final answers? That's
Yeah.
it?
Yeah,
Okay. Nintendo DS.
Dang.
I said 3DS.
See?
God damn it! I feel like I was close enough.
Yeah.
I was on the right train.
I'll give it to you. 3DS is close enough. But the DS was the most best-selling handheld game that ever released. Okay. One more on the video game section, and we'll move on to the next one. What is the most expensive video game made to date? What is the most expensive
game?
video game made to date?
I got two guesses. GTA 5 and World of Warcraft. Cyberpunk.
David, this was written right before Cyberpunk came out. This is October of last year. This trivia was made.
I don't know.
The most
Mm,
expensive video game made to date. Paperboy.
Paperboy. Oh my god.
I think that was the cheapest. What were your guesses?
I don't even know what to guess.
I said GTA 5, and the other one was World of Warcraft.
Okay. Any guesses at all?
I am not currently looking at Termolian to get an answer out of him.
What's the new Star Wars game? You're talking about like the Squadron?
All right.
Gosh, I can't remember. I'm just gonna say,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, Call of Duty. I don't know.
Okay. So I'm gonna give.
I'm gonna copy Termolian and say Detroit before you
Okay.
get the answer in.
So there's two that are right in a sense. Felix knocked it off the park with GTA 5. Honorable mention: Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Those two games. So it says Grand Theft Auto 5, although Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 earns an honorable mention in this category. So GTA
Damn.
and Call of Duty to date are the most expensive videos game made. So
Dang.
that's crazy. So when he said GTA, I was like, this dude knows.
Felix Googled.
No Google. Here, I'm watching the Hawks game. I mean,
What's the score? What's the score?
3-0 Tampa.
Okay, never mind. Don't tell me the score.
Mark
Okay.
Subban sucks. Just saying.
Now we're gonna do like 2 or 3 hockey questions because I know that not everybody's a big hockey fan here, and I don't follow hockey, so I wouldn't even know. So I'm just going by the trivia. So I'll wait till my dude comes back because he just straight walked out.
right in time for the hockey trivia.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm back. I'm here. My son just
Okay.
asked me a question.
Okay, cool. All right, so this is a hockey
bud.
question, and it goes to anybody that's able to answer it. What team changed their name to the Arizona Coyotes for the 2014-2015 NHL season?
Phoenix.
Do I have to hit a buzzer or
No, you just say whatever you think your answer is.
Winnipeg Jets?
I'm with Zandler, Wayne Gretzky.
Winnipeg Jets. I don't know.
Taz, why you keep changing your answer? God dang it.
Phoenix.
Oh, it was a specific season?
Phoenix.
What? Yes. So Taz got it right. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. It was Phoenix, but it's what team changed their name to the Arizona Coyotes for the 2014-2015 NHL season, and it's Phoenix Coyotes.
You mean Termolian got it right?
No. That one was me. That one was me.
Tremoli laughing in the background.
Termolian's like,
Dang, I went way too far back. I should have listened to the question better.
Washington. What? You so dumb, Dave. Isn't that a man? All right. What 2018-2019 team includes Steven Fogarty and Mark Stahl?
Fuck, that's a very specific stall. There's like 3 Stahl brothers.
So wait, what's the question? Say it one more time.
I'll put it in the chat right now.
Okay. What 2018-19? Mark Stahl, Ottawa Senators?
I don't know. Dallas Stars.
I don't even know who that first guy you said is.
Everybody's just gonna start saying Dallas Stars.
Detroit Red Wings.
I know, but I'm keeping quiet. I will type it in the chat. You can participate if you type it in the
I already
chat.
answered. You're fine. You can type it in now.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, he's correct.
So many stalls. You can't
Yeah.
say
There's
Stahl.
literally 3 stalls.
You could have picked anybody else. Hunter, say Wayne Gretzky. Say it in the microphone right here. Say Wayne Gretzky. Fine. You're fired.
Shot down.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
y'all
here
gonna
we
like this one. Y'all gonna like this one. All right, I'm gonna put it in chat.
Oh boy,
Y'all
the
read
answer's
it?
gonna be Dallas Stars.
No.
Oh, ah, John Dave. Hey,
Trick question.
easy.
He's not playing.
He still wears 19 though.
See, I knew that we were gonna get this one as soon as I put it out. And that's the reason why I put it out, because I knew it was in his wall.
Here, Tats.
I have his jersey in my closet. 2 of them. Not signed like that one, but
Oh no.
That's the second time he flexes today. He showed us his golf freaking turkey
Right?
trophy, and then now we got the jersey.
All right.
I think he needs to go back on the wall.
he had to show off the signed part of it too.
All right,
I did. It
Move
was on the
over. Let's move over for like 3 basketball questions.
Who is Drake?
Who is Kevin Hart? All right. Put it in the chat. What team won the very first NBA game?
Probably Boston Celtics.
New York Knicks.
That's a definite guess, though.
I'm
The
gonna
Knickerbockers.
let these two answer.
I was gonna say they were not called the Knicks back then.
The Knickerbockers.
Well, Felix called it out right out the jump.
Damn.
They had to beat Toronto too.
That's kind of why I picked the
Dang.
question.
That's
Dang.
right. They were the Toronto Puppies.
I would just like to say that fact is false because they were not considered the Knicks back then.
Whatever.
False
I
stat.
would love to
They
be on
never
Jeopardy
lost.
and say that.
They never beat the Toronto Huskies.
Oh, you got this from McGraw.
All those
What NBA player scored 100 points on March 2nd, 1962?
Dr. J.
Wilt Chamberlain?
She knows. She knows.
my suit.
Bonus points.
What?
The guy on that team.
What team owns the longest winning streak in NBA history?
Boston Celtics. Hands down.
Damn. Okay.
It's not the right answer, though.
Can a brother
Double.
Google it?
Really?
Double.
It has to be Boston.
The Lakers?
Shuki, I need you to stop, bro. You just throwing names out there.
Toronto Huskies.
Damn, Lakers.
Oh, the Lakers. Dang.
The Shuki just throwing out names like
Oh,
Lakers.
hey.
I was waiting for him to say
I thought
Maverick.
you meant that is not the stat I was thinking of. I was thinking of championships. Just FYI.
Okay, let me.
Yeah,
have this
winning
one, Taz,
streak.
okay?
Yeah. All right, I'll give you one more in the basketball category, just so we know. And this is gonna be see if y'all know. If you know, if you don't, you don't. What NBA player retired unexpectedly on November 7, 1991?
91.
Yeah.
Unexpectedly. Magic Johnson?
I need to quit cheating.
I want to say Michael Jordan, but I don't think it was Michael Jordan.
No.
Was not Michael Jordan.
Rivers. Oh boy. NBA player 91. I don't know.
I don't know.
Felix called it out. It was
I didn't
Magic
even hear.
Johnson.
Oh, when he got
HIV.
HIV, yeah.
HIV. Yep, right.
That was a good guess.
That was a good guess. Well done.
Okay. Well done. That ends our segment for the entertainment section of the podcast. We're gonna make it quick because that was fun, and I didn't realize how much over we're already at. I didn't think it was gonna. That's
It's because he
what I
went
like
over
to
the 5 minutes.
Hey, bro.
Hey, this is our first one back.
Yeah.
We're going off
Yeah.
script and
Okay.
going
Yeah.
wild.
All right. So the next segment, why do I gotta keep talking? God dang it. All right. The next segment is gonna go into the tech talk segment of Team Serious with yours truly. And I'm waiting for a oh boy.
Oh boy.
Thank you. We're gonna go into a password manager and managing your passwords and why that is important to begin with now, especially now in 2021. If you have not been doing this and leaving an old school notepad on your desk with all your passwords, or typing in all in a Word document, Excel spreadsheet, and then uploading it to like a cloud service, it's time for you to get into 2021 and get an actual password manager. And what is a password manager, you say? And I recommend cloud-based password managers versus application-based, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about the top like local one that I would recommend, and then recommend a couple of sites with paid features. And some of them are paid features, and the reason why I recommend, even if it's $1 or $2 a month kind of spending on it, because you have the added security and you get that tech support involvement, so you'll have support for what's going on with your accounts when they do get compromised, and it's at the level of the business to provide extra added insurance. I use a free one currently, but I'm thinking about upgrading to get the added features on top of it. So why do you need a password manager? It's a secure, automated, all digital replacement to that, like I said, like that little notepad that you'll have, or saving it on your notes in your phone. And then in turn, Google syncing it. Very similar technology to what Mac does with Keychain, but it's even more secure than that. Keychain is just an easy way to people to link like their iPad, their phone, and their Mac, MacBook Pro, what have you, all together. So in many cases, it also includes security for like your credit card, your addresses, and everything else implemented into one bundle, one secure location, which gives you the benefit of like auto-generating your password. Like say you go to facebook.com and you logged in once, and then there's browser extensions that grab onto those credentials and in turn sync it to your password manager. And then you in turn have a master password set to the account. Like say your Gmail is your login, and then you have a master password set to that, and then it pulls in to the vault of your password management, and then literally you can go down the lane. What's my Facebook password, or what's my Instagram password, or what's my Gmail password? And the reason why is a lot of people have bad habits of setting the same exact password for like 12 different apps, right? So you compromise your password, you compromise 12 apps. So you got to think about it like that. So within the same tool, even within Firefox, if you're a Firefox user, I'm pretty sure Google Chrome has something similar, where when you're creating an account and you're trying to put in a password, it'll actually auto-generate you a very secure password that you can in turn take that and copy that into the password manager. So that way you'll have it always saved and always accessible. And in turn, that app can sync down to your phone. So if you ever need to have access to just simply do a copy and paste onto your Facebook or Instagram or what have you, you're able to do that. And some of the paid features would include like sharing one paid family account across multiple devices, so that you'll have it accessible via your iPhone, via your Samsung, via a website, or via any supported tool. And this is cross-platform since it is a web browser. It also be supported in Linux and Mac OS X. And they'll have even small apps you can download real quick, like browser plugins that are able to show you the full extent of what you're trying to grab. And one of the ones that I would recommend going forward is LastPass. It's on Android for now, and LastPass is free. It's a free app manager that you can use today. And it stores everything online, and it stores across multiple devices. In turn, you can get something free that I recommend using today, that I use myself. Hold on, sorry. Something popped up on my computer. Can't get rid of it. What is going on? I use Dashlane, and I'll drop the link in the chat. And what Dashlane does is exactly what I'm describing, but for free. And it's able to sync through a multitude of devices. I'll drop it in chat right now. And it's just a secure way to have a password vault. And if you ever to lose your device, the reason why I don't recommend saving it like on a notepad here, and even Google syncing it to like Google Drive or OneDrive, is that is compromised at any given moment. And with what this provides, these websites provide, is encryption up to the T with a master password and two-step authentication to even log into your account. So you can always feel at ease that when you're using their plugin for your browser to store the passwords, it's going to be behind multi-factor authentication. And it also has all these cool tools like dark web search to see if your email has been compromised. And some of these paid services even tell you, hey, by the way, some dude, in a different country is trying to log into your account, and we've detected that they tried it 14 times. So we recommend they either change your password or change the email or something to that effect for your security reasons. So some of these added pay features, and they're not expensive. You're talking about $1 or $2 a month, and sometimes you can pay it in a yearly format. But I do recommend shopping around. Again, I recommend Dashlane to start off. LastPass if you wanted and still manage it at your device level for Android. Those are all fantastic to have available at any given time to just feel a sense of security and not to feel overwhelmed, not to overwhelm your device. Because a lot of us today, including like with our banking apps and what have you, two-factor, two-format authentication, you're able to, you lose your phone and basically you lose all your life. All your life is in your phone. Somebody steals your number like they do in those hot swap SIM cards where somebody calls a service, pretends to be you because they have enough of your information. And next thing you know, they stole your freaking phone number. And now they have access to a repertoire of everything your life has, right? Like your banking information, your email, and they start resetting from top to bottom, start resetting your accounts. And then now you lost access to everything. And here goes your whole life, right? So don't fall for that. So if you haven't done it today, I'll recommend checking out Dashlane.com, checking out LastPass password manager on the Play Store for those of you that have Android devices. And Dashlane does support every device. And look into the paid plans. The free plan will get you started. Most of the time you get, with a lot of these password managers, you'll get like a 14-day trial for free or 30-day trial for free. And if you don't like it, you don't have to continue using it. But I know Dashlane is free for up to like 50 passwords on one device. And then after that, it's really inexpensive, like monthly billing. I think it's like $60 a year. It's like $5 a month when you do the annual billing. But it's a sense of basically feeling better about where you stand with all your devices and your protection. The second one that I like to include, the Team Series uses all the time for including this podcast, but also to share notes and share like our business thoughts. We use Evernote. And by the way, none of these companies are sponsoring us. None of these companies are paying us.
We're open to
Not yet.
sponsorship.
Yes, not yet.
Okay. Evernote makes these podcasts happen since day one, since last year. By the way, we're going to reach a year here soon about the podcast. So I think there's something to celebrate here soon. So work anywhere, keep important information handy by syncing your notes all through your devices. I mean, it supports every device. I know Taz is on Apple iPhone. I know Tremolian is on Android. I wanted to say that. Myself, an Android. Shook is an iPhone person. But what we like is when we have to want to write a note and we write it, it syncs across all your platforms. So you're able to pull it up on your browser, type in your notes, and then, oh, damn, I have to walk out, go to the store. And then on the store, you remember something, you can pull it up on the app and then continue editing whatever that thought was or collaboration, because the paid feature has a ton of more options, like not only adding text and images, but you can also add audio, like an audio note, like say, hey, don't forget to pick up, this or that for the podcast. You can actually do scans, and it supports full supported PDF documents onto your notes. So if you have something like a workflow or a diagram or a schematic that you wanted to attach to your notes that you're written, and then you want to share it out to your team, you're able to do that. Evernote is a free tool up to 2 devices. You can use most of the features. They have sales all the time to buy Evernote and to able to have the accessibility to share with multiple devices, including your family. Like I said, Team Serious uses a lot of Evernote, and a lot of our collaborated efforts come from Evernote. So if somebody has an idea, that throw it on an Evernote, share it out to the team, and then we're able to kind of go in there and do, add our own notes, edit the overall document, and it's synced across the cloud. And you don't have to worry about where did I leave it on this phone, or I left it on this desktop, or I left it on this laptop and I forgot to copy it onto Google Drive, things of that sort. So it's a good, convenient way to sync your thoughts onto the cloud and then share them just as easy. Not to say that Google Drive or OneDrive doesn't have the same capabilities, but this just makes it easier because you're on the app. You type it up, it syncs, you get on your web browser, you log into your Evernote, and you continue off where you left off. And like I said, it includes scanning, uploading, adding images, and everything else. So check out Evernote if you get a chance. It's a great way to jot down your notes. It's available on the Apple Store, and as well as Google Play. And that'll be it for the tech segment for this, unless somebody wanted to add anything else or ask any questions about what I just said.
I would like to add Evernote, LastPass, and Dashlane. Hit us up for a sponsorship. We got you.
I'd like to add Notepad++ for the win.
Hell yeah, bro. You got to keep that installed at all times. You know what I'm saying? All right. So now we're going over, and I'm going to hand it off to somebody else because I've been talking for 2 segments on the Game Tot segment, the last segment of our podcast. Talk about currently what's going on. And I'm going to hand off to whoever wants it to torch, but I'm going to stop talking for a minute.
I guess I can start it off. For any of you who aren't fans of the game or don't know much about it, there's Path of Exile. It's an ARPG. They recently kind of got under fire because they decided to, in order to rebalance the game, they nerfed everything across the board. So one question... One question is that a logical way for games to rebalance, to just go ahead and nerf everything, or should there be a better structure to that? Is there something else they should be doing in order to rebalance aspects of a game?
I just like looking at Dad's face like, somebody say something right now.
I figured I'd just sip on my drink while I wait.
I think that, joking aside, Destiny 2, the way that they handled it, they vaulted some of the weapons in order to get the new ones rolled out. So they didn't really have to nerf anything. They're just kind of interchanging weapons and then keeping the values the same. So I think that strategy is good, but then you get like the people that just love that gun. And if you're unlucky enough to win that lottery to where the gun that you've done your entire build around goes away, then you kind of like reverse won the lottery. So I think swapping things out would be better, but then you do lose the some might be somebody's favorite weapon. And Diablo 4 did such a great job at everything, so you don't even need to play PoE. Just saying.
PoE's better. But that's one thing PoE never does. They never really take anything away from the game. They don't really take away skills, weapons, gear, or whatever you can think of. They just keep adding to the game, and I guess in order to rebalance, they just like say, hey, we're just gonna say this is not gonna do as well as it previously did. And it's mostly aimed towards the skills and like the way your character is built rather than the weapons and the gear themselves. It's more towards, the skill tree and the ascendancies, and that's where they focus all their attention on when it comes to rebalancing the game.
Or what you could do is like Division 2, break the game entirely and then create a new mode where you have to constantly climb up a tower and then get whatever exotic you want. You don't even have to grind.
Dude, it works. I love that portion.
I'm not gonna lie, that is the funnest mode that they have.
So I think rebalancing is a must. And I think it's ever changing, very dynamic. And I think that if you're saying I'm not a PoE player and I trust whatever Taz and Tremolian say, but I felt like Diablo handled that a lot better with their seasonal changes and their seasonal buffs to specific characters. Like, you know, you'll say season so and so was really the Demon Hunter season, and the next season was really the Crusader season. But also, I think you can go so far south with the balancing that people sway away from it because a lot of people don't like change. A lot of these people would go for the same builds or the same style, play style. Like one thing that I know that you guys always tell me about PoE, which you don't have to do in Diablo, is you have to go through the story every single time. And what do they call them? They don't call them seasons, right? What do they call them?
Leagues.
Leagues.
Yeah.
And one thing that I'll give credit to Diablo for is you can jump into adventure mode. Now, it used to be that you had to beat the game to get adventure mode. I'm glad they finally wiped that away because going through the story over and over and over also kind of left a bad taste in my mouth because I'm like, can I just get the power level? Because I don't feel like doing the story. I feel that 100% when Taz told me in PoE, every league you have to do the story. They need to develop something to that effect as well in PoE. But I think right now with one of the conversations going to go, they have something in the near future they're going to develop for their next game. And I don't think if they're going to do a lot of this emphasis on PoE. But why did they take so long? I don't know if you guys know the answer, but why did Path of Exile take so long to do a rebalance of this magnitude? Because it could have literally been small increments instead of a full-blown, hey, by the way, we're rebalancing 50 items. I think this is what you told me, right? It was like 50 items.
See, the thing is, every league, they do some sort of nerfing or rebalancing to X amount of skills or X amount of characters or skill tree, whatever you want to call it. They do a certain amount every single league. This just seems... It seems this league, though, I don't know why. Maybe it's that PoE 2 was originally supposed to come out for beta in December, and that looks like it got delayed. They haven't said anything about it. I don't know when that's happening, but maybe because that doesn't seem to be in sight yet, maybe that's why they decided to just do a full rebalance now. Now, not so you mentioned something that Diablo does the seasons, and where every season, it seems to be the season of one particular character. Now, my counter to that is, doesn't that make every single person play that character rather than trying out different types and trying out different skills?
No, it doesn't, because a lot of them don't go for the meta. And a lot of them, while it's cool that now the ring of so-and-so adds value to a specific build, the builds are very vast. Yes, you can utilize the same build that you had before, but not everybody. I know I don't. Like, if I know that season is particular, I'll make sure that I'll go against it and I'll go build another Crusader. Believe it or not, the most things I have built are Crusaders and Necromancers. But I believe this season around, Felix is a Necromancer. And this time around, I'm a monk, which I only own one monk. I'm very sentimental about that monk, almost 200 hours onto it before all this crap was seasons and everything released. And then Shook, he just sticks to barbarian no matter what season. Shook is always a barbarian main. So, no, and I like to go against the meta a lot of the times. I like to do my own remixes, as you've seen from the Division, where I just do like, okay, I like this set, I like that set. What happens if we combine them? What if I go for armor regen, like I did my remix with regen after talking to Zanlier? And it's fantastic with Emily's guard on top of it. But I like the whole building process. It's cool that there's already base sets and recommendations, but I always go against that. I try to maybe do like if I do a Demon Hunter, I try to do the specific turret build. And then from there, I'll swatch and I'll do different set items, and I'll do more than one loadout. I'll do 2, 3, 4 loadouts. I'll be working simultaneously. Hey, if I find this legendary weapon or ancient legendary weapon or what have you, I'll save it because I know I can use that in a different build. But that's my play style. So I always go against the meta because I don't really care about the meta.
It's fair.
You missed it. Felix is all he's been doing is sipping and clicking.
Sipping and clicking, baby.
So he's been on that D3. He power leveled me. I think
I've been hooked on that game for some reason, man. I started playing it, and it's just, I forgot how great it is to just be able to hang out and just play.
So being in that, we're talking about Path of Exile. What are your thoughts on Path of Exile 2 What do you know about that development? What do you know about what they're trying to push and emphasize in Path of Exile 2? Are they worried at all what's going on with this PoE, or are they more focused now on PoE 2?
I think they're trying to create a balance. Like, from what I understand, I mean, we got kind of a brief rundown for it at the Exile Con, which I don't particularly remember when it was. I think it might have been early 2020, maybe like 2019. But it seems like they're bringing a whole new story to it, which is great because I'm way too used to the story in Poe, and I just want to get through it as quickly as I possibly can to get to endgame. But it looks like there's a whole new story, and it looks like, from what I understand, it could be false, but it looks like they're kind of doing a fast track version of the story rather than like you have to do the whole story once and then there might be like an alternate route, kind of like adventure mode in Diablo, but I don't think quite to that level. I think there's still a story involved, but it just might be less than the 10 acts you have to go through now. But they're changing all the mechanics. They're supposed to be introducing a lot of new stuff, and it looks exciting just whenever it possibly happens. Again, we haven't heard anything since ExileCon about it.
Perfect. Thank you for that insight. I don't really know too much about PoE, but I always relate back to Taz, Tremolin, and Zanlier on it. So the next thing I wanted to kind of focus on, and Felix knows a little bit more about this than I do, Amazon's New World. Tell us a little bit about what it is, what you're looking forward to into 2021. And as of right now, I know it's still May of 2021, like late May, but I don't know if they're going to push that out because of COVID and everything else.
You know, I think they are going to push it out. I needed that game to come out when it was supposed to, because there was like nothing going on. And I was excited about it because I'm a big Diablo guy, and it's kind of like they took elements of like old EverQuest. Do you remember EverQuest? Anybody? Bueller? Okay, Busy played EverQuest. And they took elements of all these different RPGs and they threw them together, and then they gave us an open world instead of like a story driven thing. So kind of like WoW, I guess. And it just looks amazing. And I was like, man, I need a new game to play. And then they pushed it back and I canceled my pre-order. I was like, you know what, man, I'm not playing this game. Division 2 did this to me. They just keep pushing it back. And then, so yeah, but I'll give it a shot. I'll still give it a chance. I did put a video out on that game a while ago. Just kind of going over some of the features and stuff like that. But I mean, it's like a RPG on steroids with like an open world. There's like a, what is that? Elder Scrolls, like ESO Online kind of, but it's hard to explain. It's like ESO, but ESO mains in the chat.
ESO, but different.
ESO, but not ESO. It's like ASO.
The way to describe it is MMO fantasy RPG. And then they're saying that New World is a great opportunity for Amazon Game Studios to redeem itself after its two failed titles, Breakaway and Crucible. Oh, Crucible is trash. Let people wondering whether or not Amazon should have gotten into video game market in the first place. The features of this MMO is crafting survival elements as well as the usual quests, sieges, and PvP gameplay to look forward to. As of right now, they have a release date of 25th May 2021, but I think it might be pushed back even more. So I don't know. That's as much as I know about New World, and I know that Felix had done. Didn't you do a video on it?
I did. Yep. I put a video out on the trailer, the initial trailer release, and just kind of some of the gameplay features that they released at that time. But now that they've pushed it back, they could have redone that completely.
So on that note, just way off topic, kind of. Just with this whole, like, everyone's right now pushing back games and saying, delaying them and whatever. And with the whole debacle of Cyberpunk and everything that happened there, what are your thoughts on pushing back a game? Like, I know I'm seeing, like, we've had this conversation in other people's communities and Discords and stuff, and I'm hearing a lot of different perspectives on this. A lot of people either hate it or love it, and I'm not really seeing anything in between. So what are your guys' thoughts on delaying games and pushing back? In chat, you guys can feel free to and give your input as well.
Push them back. pushing back. The problem is, and I've talked about this in the past in other podcasts, even with Felix and Merc. The problem is that you have most of the time marketing team or the business side driving the delivery date when it should be driven by developers. And while they want to shoot and put marketing hype, and Felix can probably talk a little bit more about that marketing hype and what you have to do to get that out there, the word out, it really messes with the feng shui, so to speak, of time to deliver and delivery of that product in as far as quality. The problem with the way Cyberpunk was held was that they kept putting a release date based on the business that developers really weren't aware of. And then you had reviewers literally harass, and even toxic fans harass these developers, and including the company. They go out there and essentially find all the information on the developers and like harass them in real life. And no developer wants to live like that. Like you're out here coding because you have a passion. You're out here coding because you want to deliver a great product, but you don't want to be held to the fire. And then you'll see why things are delivered like Cyberpunk. And I'm never going to let people forget Fallout 76 and their stupid trash from a big company. We should demand more, especially for the type of premium costs they're trying to charge us. We shouldn't let quality go down because we're trying to meet a date. Development needs to change into quality-driven, quick automation, small features. We shouldn't be forced to push out just because Big Daddy or whatever the publishing company is or whatever have you dictate how development should go. And that's got to be conversations between the development team and the IT groups and the marketing team and the business groups to find out where the gaps are and why they're trying so hard to make a deadline when you know your game isn't ready. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. So does your expectations go up if they delay it again? In terms of quality?
It should go up. So yes, so there's a sense of if I'm going to have to wait, I'm expecting a better product. Yes. Because the reason why we're waiting, or the reason why we're pushed back 3, 6, 8 months or a year or two, is because we're trying to deliver a better product. Now, because in the PC world, there's so many different devices that have so many different components that equal a PC, right? Because I can have a different system board than you do. I can have a different CPU. We can have the same video card by different vendors, just because we have a 3090. Mine was made by Asus, yours was made by Gigabyte, doesn't mean that we have the equal amount of hardware. So it's a Q8 nightmare when you're trying to quality assure multiple and certify this game on multiple different devices. Are you going to run into bugs? Oh, every deployment it runs into bugs, because it might work great in our dev and test environment, but the minute we release it to the wild, here come all the bugs. But what you try to do is have a great relationship with your QA and your automation to where you can have 64, 100, 200 different benches with different variations to test your game onto. Will you make it perfect? No. But yes, you are expecting a better product if I'm delaying the game. Yes. But realistically, are you going to release a game with 0 bugs? Probably not.
I'm with Busy on pushing it back because I think that if you're expecting someone to pay top dollar for a game, it's got to be in a playable state. I mean, you can't expect perfection out of any project like that. There's so many variables, like he pointed out, which kind of the thing that interested me the most is, like Busy kind of touched on this a little bit, is you're a developer and you're doing something that you're passionate about, and you've put your entire like days, months, everything, just put it all in here, and then someone just comes and dunks on you, like because something didn't render right or anything like that. So that actually, this whole Cyberpunk thing actually sparked an interest for me that I'm going to start a web series interviewing developers on, and the idea behind it is to give perspective on how things work and how much time and energy actually goes into making something as simple as a character moving forward across the screen. And I feel that if the general public kind of had a better understanding of what goes into it and why things work the way they do, then they would kind of ease up on the throttle on like going out. I mean, for someone to go to your house and harass you because you're developing a game and it's not to their standard, I mean, there's got to be, if that person understood like how hard that really is, I think it wouldn't have gotten to that extent. And I was telling Busy this earlier on our phone call, is that outside of people who actually develop or work in these environments, the development world is a mystery. No one knows. They just think that these guys have this idea of a game and then they just put it out. But there's years and months of just testing and trial and error and everything like that until you even get one thing done. And then you've got a whole environment to do. So I feel like if people understood more what goes into it, then they would understand that, okay, we push this game back so that you can enjoy it, so that you know that it's going to work. So yeah, people who are like, oh, you pushed it back, you suck now. It's like there's a reason, because if I put it out the day I said I'd put it out, then you would just bitch and moan about how something doesn't work. So yeah, I say push them back.
For the record, I agree.
We're gonna go ahead and get
I'm glad
one
you
more
put that
game
on
in
record,
here.
'cause I didn't know if you agreed or not.
Chalking it up. What time is it? Okay, on January 13th. Got it. Cool. So one more game, and I know I heard it from Tremolian. I don't know where he heard it from. I know Taz and Tremolian are the ones that kind of filled me into this because they know I love zombie shooters. Back for Blood. Left 4 Dead kind of type game. I'm all for it. I believe it's WB Games, Warner Brothers, right? That is heading that project. Where do we stand with Back for Blood? I know I'm a huge zombie shooter type of guy. You know I'm a Killing Floor 2 main. I love Left 4 Dead when it was out, when it was a main thing. I don't really care too much now because it's very story driven and you have to keep doing the story over and over and over versus Killing Floor where you just kill Zads. So I want to see overall thoughts. What do y'all think about Back for Blood?
I just want to be able to play with my homies. So if it's good, I'm getting it.
It honestly looks like a lot of fun. I'm excited to try it out and see what it's about. I signed up for the alpha, beta. I don't really know anymore, but still waiting to hear. But I would love to try it.
I signed up as well, so I'm excited to try it with you guys. And Left 4 Dead 5, just saying.
And we just skipped all the way to 5. What happened?
Damn.
No, I'm excited for it. It's supposed to be co-op story mode as well as like a competitive multiplayer added to it. Probably it's going to look like something like Left 4 Dead's, where somebody takes turns being, the zombies and what have you, or the bosses or whatever. But it looks great. It's very promising. And again, this is about summer release of 2021. I did sign up as well. I signed up with my email to get the alpha or beta, whatever it was. I didn't receive any code, but I'm hoping for being able to kind of beta test is kind of getting hands on to that game. And zombies are my thing. Aside from that, I'm going to go ahead and say that is it, because we are about an hour and 45 into the podcast, which, like Tess said, we haven't done one in over a month. And then it's been a while when we're going to do it again. So right now, I'm going to go around the horn, figure out where we can find y'all. What are y'all working on aside from Team Serious stuff? What are y'all getting into? And since it's 2021 and this is the first podcast back, wanting to know what you guys are trying to achieve this year, whether it be personal or for Team Serious or for gaming or for streaming or for YouTube, because we have a YouTube partner down here. I'm going to start with Felix, go to Taz, go to Shook, and then I'll end it myself.
YouTube partner? Who's that? You saw me or what? No, for 2021, I'm working on getting that developer interview type series going off the ground. As far as Team Serious goes, I want to just contribute something. I feel like I sit here and don't do anything. So I want to do something. You let me know. IT, just playing. No, but this year I'm focusing on, doing things kind of differently than I did them last year. I did a ton of gaming videos, which I'm going to keep doing because they're fun. but I want to do something a little bit more than that. Just interview people, do more business oriented things, which is why, I teamed up with Team Serious, because Shook up there is the master of everything business. So we hit it off, and I got some good ideas. Him and I talk and busy. Yeah. Oh, what? Okay. But yeah, that's it, man. You can find me right now on Twitter at They Call Me Felix.
Thankfully, Shookie's right above me, so it's easy to point to him. Instead of a whole debacle of trying to get to Felix. But you can find me on Twitter, OGYT Taz, apparently now. I took a long break, guys. I kind of disappeared from everything and everywhere. But it was... Thank you, I'm back. It was great for my mental health, though, so that was first and foremost getting that sorted. But new job-ish, new location of job, I should say. Actually working every other day from home so I can actually focus on things I want to do. I did start a YouTube channel. Not entirely sure how you can get there because it's a long-ass link, and I'm not about to say like 500,000 letters and numbers. So I'm just Taz on YouTube. You can find me on Twitter, like I said, OGYT Taz. The link's there somewhere.
So for me, there's been a lot of things going on for this year, mainly just things to improve upon from last year. So Team Serious is a big one. And then I think everybody already knows that I'm in real estate. So those are two things that I'm really focusing on this year more than ever. Lots of lessons learned from just Serious Property Solutions last year. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that we have going on for this year that we've implemented, and we're super excited to start working on those projects. I can't really go into detail just yet, but you'll start hearing more and more about that in Team Serious. And if anybody's interested in learning different investment vehicles or learning how to start up a business or anything like that, anything that I can add value to, just reach out to me. I'm always on the Discord, Shooky Rock Soars. I'm always here to sit down and try to help the way as best as I can. So just a lot of deals, a lot of goals that I'm working on with Faye, who's my girlfriend, and we got a lot of stuff planned for everyone. So again, you can reach out to me if you can on Discord. That's mainly where I'm at.
Oh yeah, you can find me in the Team Serious Discord too.
Oh man. So anything and everything ever said on the podcast, you can find at teamseriousdfw.com/podcasts. You want to join the Discord, !Discord in the chat. We'll get you to the Discord so you can join the community, chill back gaming at its finest. If you'd like to be part of the esports segment, teamseriesdfw.com/tournaments. And you can join the esports Discord at teamseriousllc.com. We'll forward you directly to the new esports Discord. Like I said in the beginning, we have a lot of projects. We still have to define a lot of those projects, continue those conversations with those projects, and then we haven't forgot about anybody that's helped us out in the past. We just got to see where everybody fits. Our main focus is Rainbow Six Siege. We're having the tournament, as a reminder, with the multitude of collaboration with other communities that run Rainbow Six Siege tournament. So this should be one of the biggest up-to-date. Stay tuned for the more details to be released. On January 23rd at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, we'll be back with Team Serious Presents, and we're going to present our buddies over at 9 Ball Esports. So check the socials to see where you can find out more information about them. They do tier 3, tier 4 Rainbow Six Siege tournaments like all the time. So we're going to be in collaboration with them and a couple other more communities that do the same thing. So it's going to be pretty big. So we're working behind the scenes. We're releasing information as it comes in, and then we're asking for those people that are really available for help as projects come in. We're definitely doing per project basis on a lot of these items to see how everything pans out. Don't forget to just come and hang out with us if you want to do some chill back gaming, or if you're into the competitive scene. Head us out, check us out, and always stay serious. Have a good night.
Bye.
Hello, Serious Crew. This is Not So Busy, your podcast producer and Serious Gentleman podcaster. Team Serious would like to announce Serious Property Solutions, a proud sponsor of Team Serious. Serious Property Solutions, or SPS, will buy any house, any condition, any situation. So if you're looking into getting out of your mortgage or simply selling your house quick and you are near or around the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, give them a call at area code 469-609-7368, or you can reach out to them via their Facebook page at facebook.com/Serious Property Solutions and send them a message via FB Messenger or email them at oscar@seriouspropertysolutions.com. We would like to thank SPS for their support and supporting this podcast. Thank you so much. Go check them out.
The closer you got to me, the faster